Hello, everybody. Welcome to Poli Games. I'm your host, Joseph, and today we're going to be talking about the Xbox Scorpio. I'm not going to kind of reiterate what everybody else has been saying on the internet. That is, the reveal was good. It had a solid performance. Microsoft did the right thing. It seems like Microsoft learned from the past experiences and their experiences from their competitors, Sony, when they launched the PlayStation 4 Pro conference, that instead of showing this thing off to hundreds of people in the conference room, they showed it off to one site. That site broke it down in English for everybody to see, for everybody to get the gist of what power is behind this console, and there is a fucking lot of it. Now, the Scorpio you think would be selling like hotcakes this holiday season. You would think that the main competitor that they have is Sony and the PlayStation 4 Pro. But what if I told you that there could be a competitor out in the woodworks that could totally mess up Microsoft's groove this holiday season? And that is a little console known as the Nintendo Switch. Now, note that yes, this holiday season is going to be rough because all the new consoles are out for this holiday season. But most importantly, Sony's going to have their ad campaigns for Call of Duty, Destiny, and whatever third party game they also want to partner up with. And that Nintendo is going to have their past IP from this year, Legend of Zelda, Mario Kart, Splatoon, ARMS if it's good, and Mario Odyssey. Now, Mario Odyssey is really important because, from what I hear, a lot of holdouts are waiting to see that game and they're waiting to see what is announced at Nintendo at their E3, their Treehouse live event. And that is a lot at risk there for Microsoft. They're in a vulnerable position this generation and they're in need of good sales. And they haven't had that for a while now. You've heard a lot of cancellations of games. You see the lack of a roadmap for the Microsoft community to see where they're going, where their investments headed for not just this year but next year as well. And you saw that last year with Sony, where they pretty much said, "Hey, here's all the games that are going to come out in 2017 and 2018 and beyond." Microsoft's main competitor being the Switch, you might seem a little odd because the Switch is, well, totally aimed at a different market. And you're right there. You are correct. It is aimed at more of a casual audience, but it's also something that hasn't been tested yet. Just same with the Scorpio as well. See, the Nintendo Switch has the mind share. It's selling like crazy right now. Everybody wants to get their hands on this item. So undoubtedly, this is going to be one hot item when come to the holiday season. When they start bundling it with Mario Kart, with Zelda, like Nintendo is prone to do with their 3DS line. They always bundle it with something. They always have something special in the holiday season. Also note, history is a good factor in saying how consoles perform. So with the Nintendo Switch, it's offering something different from all their competitors at a lower cost, technically. When it comes to the Scorpio, it's going to be a higher price, and you see with history with the Nintendo Wii outperforming the PlayStation 3, the Wii was so hard to find. It was something new, something people never seen before, something people wanted, and it had that mind share. Though the PlayStation 3 in the beginning sold pretty well, everybody was talking about the Nintendo Switch. And Microsoft can't have that. They have a competitor like Sony right now that is already killing it in the industry. You have this new up and coming threat, which is the Switch, that might eat away all the market share that you are trying to have yourself. And that is the biggest issue Microsoft faces. And for the hardcore gamers like me, we see the Nintendo Switch as that secondary console. We're in the part of the generation where people are now buying other consoles out there to see what it's like on the other side. And what a lot of gamers have come to me and said and had discussions about was Switch is my secondary console. I get all my third party games on the Sony console. I'll get all my first party, the Nintendo games on this console, or my indie games on the Nintendo console. Microsoft needs to do something. And the major thing that they need is IP. They need that software. They need that Halo, they need that Gears, or something totally new to come for them to say, "Hey, this is the reason why you should buy not just an Xbox One, but you should upgrade to the Scorpio. Hey, this is the thing that's going to sell units." And Microsoft, that strategy, it works. You can see that happen if you place that game in the right area, if you place it in a mid-October, it can do pretty well, or at an end of November, it can do pretty well if you're smart about it. And if you are smart about it, with the Scorpio, you have the whole E3 floor to talk about software. Now that you've revealed the specs, we know it's powerful. We know it's going to be the most powerful console ever made, yada, yada, yada. Now sell us on it with software, because hardware never sells hardware. Unless you're an Apple or Samsung product, that's never going to happen. You need to sell us on what this console is capable of doing with the software inside as well. So surprise us. Show us some games that are announced at E3 and end up on the holiday floor like you saw with Fallout. Do that, have that Fallout strategy, and I think the Scorpio and the Microsoft brand can be successful again. You know, there are a lot of statistics out there that are starting to lean more towards the Xbox spectrum, where gamers, some younger gamers, are looking towards Xbox and gravitating towards the Xbox console. And that is a great opportunity for you to wield if you wield it correctly. So, with all that said and all that out of the way, Scorpio has an opportunity to succeed. But is this going to be gravitating them to the top of the food chain like the 360 was? Well, the Scorpio is definitely going to try. It's definitely going to try to convince developers that this is the console you want to develop for, like the 360 was over the PS3 because of that cell processor. It's definitely going to be worth a shot, but it's not going to put them in top spot, but it's going to make them more competitive. I think you're going to see them with this console sell at the end of the day around 40 to 50 million units, and that's healthy. Remember, second place doesn't mean failed or loser or whatever. It means you're doing okay. You're doing all right. You know, as long as Microsoft, as long as the brand is profitable, everybody wins. And as long as Xbox and Phil Spencer stay in charge and keep it competitive, everybody wins at the end. As cliche as that sounds. This holiday season, I'm excited because it's everybody's ball game at this point. The Switch is doing fantastic, PlayStation's doing fantastic, and Microsoft is getting reinvigorated. So it's awesome to see what is coming for us gamers down the pipeline. But with all that said and all that out of the way, what do you guys feel about the Xbox Scorpio? Is it the next big thing? Are you going to get it? Are you going to wait for it? What are your thoughts on it? To me, it's price is king. So if it's 600, 700 bucks, if it's 500, if, oh my God, and this is not going to happen, 400 bucks, then this thing might fly off shelves. But that's just my thoughts on the matter. And if you guys could, like, sharing is caring, subscribe. It helps me out, shows me that you care. And if I sound sick, that's because I am just getting over a cold. Flu sucks. Flu season's horrible, and I hate it. But with all that said, everybody, I hope you're feeling better and have a great day.